When news broke in 2019 that Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and his wife of 25 years, McKenzie Scott, were divorcing, the world was stunned. Their separation wasn't just a private family matora, was one of the most expensive divorces in history, instantly making McKenzie one of the richest women alive. At the time, both Bezos and Scott kept their explanations polite and vague, framing the split as amicable and respectful. But now, 5 years later, McKenzie Scott has finally revealed the truth behind their breakup. And what she's confessed may not be what the world expected. From the outside, their life looked picture perfect. Together, they've built Amazon from a scrappy online bookstore into one of the most powerful companies in the world. McKenzie, a novelist and Princeton graduate, has been there in the earliest days, not only as Bezos' wife, but as a partner in the company's very foundation. She helped draft Amazon's business plan, handled the company's first accounting, and supported her husband through years of uncertainty before the company became a global empire. To many, their marriage seemed like a rare Hollywood-style success story in the corporate world, a power couple whose bond was as strong as their influence. But behind the scenes, cracks had begun to show. As Amazon expanded, so did the demands on Bezos. The empire required his undivided attention. And slowly, the balance of their marriage shifted. McKenzie, who valued privacy and simplicity, often found herself in the shadows of Bezos's growing fame. The more public and ambitious he became, the more she retreated into her own world of writing, family, and philanthropy. Over time, the couple's differences became harder to ignore. In the years following the divorce, rumors swirled. Tabloids speculated about Bezos' high-profile romance with Lauren Sanchez, while others whispered about power struggles within the marriage. McKenzie, however, remained mostly silent, choosing instead to make headlines with her extraordinary philanthropy. She gave away billions of dollars to charities, universities, and organizations in record time, earning admiration for her generosity and a reputation as one of the most impactful philanthropists of her generation. But even as she became a symbol of giving, people still wondered what really ended her marriage to the richest man in the world. Now, in a rare and candid reflection, 5 years later, McKenzie Scott has offered her answer. She confessed that the real reason wasn't scandal or betrayal, but something more human and heartbreaking. She admitted that while she and Bezos shared an extraordinary past, their visions for the future no longer aligned. She described a growing distance not just in how they lived their lives, but in what they valued most. For her, life was about family, creativity, and using wealth to make meaningful change. For Bezos, it was about ambition, exploration, and building ventures that stretched into space. "We were no longer walking the same path," she said, "and staying together would have meant sacrificing who we truly were." Her honesty struck a chord with those who had long speculated. The marriage hadn't ended in bitterness, but in the realization that even the strongest partnerships can outgrow themselves. It was not about failure, but about transformation. For McKenzie, divorce became less an ending and more a new beginning, a chance to live authentically. Without compromise, 5 years on, her life looks very different. She has remarried, though quietly, and continues to focus on her writing and philanthropy. She has given away over half of her immense fortune, proving that her legacy will be measured not by wealth, but by impact. In her confession, there is no anger, no regret, only clarity. By stepping away from a marriage that no longer reflected her truth, she found peace in the end. The real reason behind the divorce wasn't about money or power, it was about freedom. McKenzie Scott chose a path that allowed her to be fully herself, even if it meant leaving behind one of the most high-profile marriages in history. And in doing so, she offered a reminder that sometimes the bravest act of love is letting go.